Hey everyone, today I'm coming to you with a review on the brand new Marvel Legends Black Panther Wakanda Forever Ironheart Deluxe figure. Now, like I said, this is based off of the brand new Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie, and I absolutely loved her in the movie. I know some people have been saying some things about this suit. People have been saying it looks kind of like a Power Ranger, something. It looks kind of Gundam. I think it looks awesome, okay? And I know this isn't her permanent suit. I know she's getting a new one in the Ironheart series, but I absolutely love this design. I love the black with the gold and the red. It just is so similar to Iron Man, yet so different in so many ways, and I have a lot to say. So without further ado, let's get into the Deluxe Ironheart figures review. So, besides the Ironheart figure and her numerous accessories, a handful of accessories, which is awesome to get, of course, the only other thing I want to go over is the box. Now, it is in the plastic-free packaging and a deluxe box. If I'm correct, I think this might be our first deluxe plastic-free figure. I think it is. Yeah, it is. I'm just looking at all my boxes over there that are piling up. I gotta do something with those, but interesting box. It is a little damaged. Kind of carries on the same design as the mainline wave, just obviously a little bigger. There you can see Ironheart on the back with all her accessories. There you can see Ironheart on the side. Now, something interesting about this to me is, if you look at this, you can see her hair on the back of her head there, which it's not like that there. It's these two things right here. These, I think they're buns, but they're just, what? I'm so confused by that. It's not a big deal, but it's just kind of funny because that's not on the actual figure, but whatever, I guess. And then there you can see her on the front. There's the price, which honestly is a really good price for this figure, in my opinion. And there you can see the concept art of her on this side, Black Panther logo on the top, and blah, 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 blah stuff on the bottom. So, okay, how am I going to start off with this? So, I want to go over her accessories here first. Now, how this figure mainly, or the character, I guess, mainly operates in the movie is these are her common things that she has on her armor at all times, most of the time. And when she doesn't have those, she uses this massive cannon, I believe, on this side, which that looks awesome. But there is a little extra detail to this, is you got to put this little wire on it, which can be a little annoying at times. And you don't necessarily need to use this, but I guess it is technically accurate to the movie, even though I wasn't paying attention for this wire in the movie, so I don't know if it's accurate, but I assume it is. So that just attaches there on that peg right there, and then it goes to the back there. There is one on the other side, which means you can switch it from side to side, but I believe she used it on this side in the movie, so that is very, very cool. And that's what I like about this figure is, I remember with the Infinity War Iron Man, we got so many releases of that. We got 3, and even then, even with all 3 of those, I'm not content with the accessories with any of them, because we didn't get all the nano accessories that we wanted. And with this, not that it's nano, we get everything that we need. Everything in the movie, we get. Now, one thing that I am looking at on camera that you guys are probably like, uh-oh, what is that? Is this little square here. I thought that was an error at first, and that got me really scared. I was like, no, plastic repackaging, don't do this to me. But that is intentional, I assure you. You can see it on the box. Now, it is supposed to represent a heart, I believe. And what I find funny about it, or not funny, but interesting, is kind of looks like a vital. I think that's what it's supposed to be, like a little vital that goes into a heart. That is just a really cool design, something that I don't think a lot of people have noticed on the figure, and that's why I really like this costume. Another thing that I want to mention, I don't know if you could tell by me putting this on, is when you put this on, there's no hand with it. It just goes on like this. So, just keep that in mind. And then if you take this off, you can just put the normal hands on there, but I do have to stress that the arm looks really skinny. I don't know if that's like entirely accurate, because I don't think she actually has the arms just like this in the movie. I think it's always like this, but these look very skinny. I don't even think that's like human to like fit the arms in there. That must be like so squished inside. I know she has skinny arms, but that skinny for this figure with armor, I think that's just, I don't think that's how skinny they are in the movie. I think it's just because these have to slide on, but something definitely to keep in mind nonetheless. and then you can just put it back on. And then her other accessories that she's included with are 2 repulsor blasting hands, 2 repulsor effects, and then also you get these repulsor effects which go on the back here, which are definitely unique. They just click in like so. And you also get these, which, like I mentioned with the other figures that come with these, I think they're useless. Just give us 2 more of these instead. It makes it look like the repulsors are smoking and it's not working, but okay. And then the final accessory that she's included with is the Riri Williams head sculpt, which in my opinion looks spot on to Dominique Thorne, the actress who played her in the movie. That looks great. And the braids, everything about this just looks awesome. It's like very, very well done for Hasbro. They're getting very good with these head sculpts, especially with the hair on this one. Like, obviously, most of the time you focus on the actor's likeness, but with this, I'm focusing on the hair. They did a really good job with the sculpt on this. And then the 2 little buns on the back. And then obviously you can just put that on the head like so. She doesn't have it like this in the movie. It's just the helmet with the faceplate off, but still it is a great accessory to get with the figure. Now, all the accessories to the side, that was a lot of accessories. I do want to focus on this figure now. It is awesome. This design is awesome, like I mentioned numerous times, but I do want to kind of just go up and down and show you everything about it. First thing I do want to mention, though, is you can remove these. So I guess you could consider these accessories. But that, I don't know, gives you these 2 big holes on the back of the figure, and I do prefer them with them on because that is accurate to the movie. There's this big block here that looks very weird, and then they just click on like so. And like I mentioned, you can also remove these, but they are very cool to have with the figure. Now, I love the color scheme they went with. The black with the gold and the red. I mentioned this. It just looks so good. It's so unique for Iron Man, yet so similar to previous designs. And then the red color they went with here is fairly plasticky, I could say, but it's not a big deal to me. It looks really, really good, actually, and it is accurate to the movie, which is obviously the most important thing. Now, I know this is kind of a articulation gripe, but my main thing that I don't like about this figure is the arms are very stiff to move around. You don't get too much movement, and whenever I move them, I'm scared they're going to break. That is like essentially as high as you get just because of these massive shoulder pads, and you can't really do too much with them, but I'll get into that in the articulation. Just thought I should mention it. It's just, you know, a little annoying. And then the rest of the figure, though, is just an awesome sculpt throughout. You can see all these different elements that kind of were in Shuri's lab. That's not really a spoiler. I mean, kind of is, but sorry about that. If you haven't seen the movie, yes, she builds it with Shuri. That's kind of the whole point. She has her Mark I in the movie, which is a really cool suit, and I do hope we do get that eventually in Legends. I think that'd be an interesting figure, but this is her suit that she builds with Shuri. Spoiler warning. Sorry, I didn't give you the warning. I gave you the warning after I spoiled it. Yikes. And then the feet on this are just so interesting. It doesn't have any ankle pivot, which is kind of funny, but not a huge deal to me. But yeah, I think that's everything I have to go over with the figure. So yeah, I guess let's get into the Ironheart articulation. So the articulation on this figure is very good for a armored figure, but it does have some points that I'm not a huge fan of. The head goes up very, very high, like the best movement you could ask for. That just looks awesome. She can be flying through the sky, and you can put it down that much. There is a little bit of tilt, full 360. Arms go out that much, down, full 360, and like I mentioned, very stiff, and oh, I'm scared about this. It gets in the way, and you have to take this off at times, so just keep that in mind. It's kind of difficult posing the arms, but that is the movement with them nonetheless. Full 360 at the bicep, double jointed, pinless elbows, which very stiff and very skinny. That does look a little weird there, but still it works. And then all the hands, let me just take them off, are on a horizontal hinge, so they go full 360 and up and down like so. I'll put this one on so you can see what this one looks like. Up, down, full 360. And then the ab crunch goes down not that much, just like all the recent MCU Marvel Legends figures. I don't get what's up with that. What is just ab crunch going forward not existent anymore? Is that just something humans can't do, so figures can't do it either? I don't know. It's what? Why? It's with all the figures, the Namor, the Nakia, all of them. They just can't do that. but whatever. Back that much, side, side, full 360, leg kicks forward that much. Back, splits, upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, and the ankle goes up and down. And no ankle pivot, but I don't know how they would have done ankle pivot. I know some people are going to say, oh, why is there no ankle pivot? But it's not really Hasbro's dilemma. It's just the design. Like, where would you propose the ankle pivot go? That's my question. It's just not possible. So I am happy with their decision here nonetheless, but that is the articulation on the Ironheart. So let's get on to some comparisons. So here we have the Ironheart figure next to the Mark 85 Iron Man from the Fat Thor wave, as well as the Iron Patriot from the Fat Thor wave and the Rescue from the Hulk wave. Now these all look very good together. I was going to pull out the Young Avengers to kind of show them all together, but they're all, like, a lot of them are very, like, tucked into my display, and I'm so scared that it's going to cause something to just fall. So if you want to see all the Young Avengers together, go check out my Miss Marvel review. I put all of the Young Avengers, including her, next to all of them in the comparisons. But you got to understand, I do a lot of comparisons with all these reviews, and at a point, it's just like, I cannot actually ever have figures on my shelf because of them, so you got to work with me here. But there we have a Tuma next to the Ironheart, which this is such a great figure. Go check out that review. That was my last review. Here we have the comic book Ironheart, which looks awesome, and I'll also show you here the comic head sculpt next to the MCU head sculpt. Big fan of both. Very good job with the head sculpt and the figures for Hasbro. Here we have Kukulkan Khan next to Ironheart, or Namor, as you know him best. And then finally we have Okoye and the Nakia figure. So that is all of the Black Panther Wakanda Forever figures that I have to review, but I really, really want that Shuri Black Panther now. It's not a Shuri. It's not a spoiler. It's obvious. We all know M'Baku's not in that suit. We all know Namor's not in that suit. We all know. I don't even know if people were thinking Nakia would be in that suit, but it's Shuri, okay? The Lego figure leaked, and the head came with it, so that's not a spoiler. Don't get mad at me. But that is all the comparisons I have for this figure, so let's get on to my final thoughts. So my final thoughts on this Ironheart figure is, if I'm being entirely honest, I absolutely love this thing. It is just so modern, and it is so unique for a Iron Man suit and just a legend in general. There's so much different kind of design here that it just doesn't make it feel like a legend, but at the same time, it does feel like a legend in a lot of ways. I love this piece. The design of the armor is subjective to a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I know a lot of people do. Personally, I really, really like this costume. I really like it. I think it definitely represents Ironheart in the MCU well. I hope we get to see her in this costume again, but I know we're going to get a new one in the Ironheart show, so maybe in like Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty, she'll reunite with the Wakandans and she'll get the suit back, but regardless, that's my 2 cents on that. So overall, I think I'm going to have to give this figure a 9.5 out of 10. I really don't have any problems with it, minus the shoulder articulation, but the rest of it is amazing, and it completely captures the design of this figure so well. And honestly, I want to give props to Hasbro on this, because this is a very tedious and like detailed design of a character from the movie, or a costume from the movie, and to my recollection, this is completely accurate to the movie, especially with all the accessories. So, you know what? Good job, Hasbro. You did a really good job with this, and I will always shout you out on your wrongs, but you know what? I also try to shout you out on your goods. So, yeah, that is my 2 cents on that, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, 9.5 out of 10. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. As always, I have been Jagger Collector, and I'll see you tomorrow. Damn. Can I get some of that?